Everyone is intense, and we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to session 64 of Dungeons and
Damn,
Dragons.
64?
64, baby.
Yeah.
We have gone through some highs and some lows and a lot of sessions as we are almost like, oh my god. We are more than a year in, and I'm already, like, every time I think about it, I just get so excited. Uh, and, it's, I don't even know, but, welcome everybody, and, I'm here to welcome, Helminia, Suzanne, Jazz, and James, all wonderful players. Alpha is going to, for the foreseeable future, over this summer, is going to be a little bit late, but it's okay. As we are going to press on, with Alpha coming in late, so far to every session. We have gotten kind of everything sorted, and we're gonna, I guess, jump just right into it. Where we last left off, you guys found yourself below the Tomb of the Ascended, in the Lost City of Prosperity, with a not very happy half-dragonborn in front of you all. As Zex, at that point possessed by the pipe, had teleported you all without your knowledge there. There, the five of you were offered deals. Either a piece of your blood, or to go deeper into one of the rooms and grab any of the magic items that reside inside. Most of you, as in Zex, albeit unwillingly, Gilgamesh, and Nime, decided to give up a piece of their essence, of which Lackham, the half-dragonborn, bottled and stowed away in her cloak. However, while Suna was gotten off the hook through the pipe being returned to Lackham, Rem decided to test their luck in one of the Ascended chambers. Aging almost a half century, they managed to make it out with a small ring that Lackham took into their possession, where the fog figure was forced out of Zex, and the two, half-dragonborn and fog, disappeared. Trying your best to shrug all of that off, you all went back to Greywall, trying desperately to get some much-needed downtime. However, 3 days into the downtime, Rem couldn't take it anymore, as they had been sending a friend, Barris, the shopkeeper of the Spectral Allies, a magic shop in Greywall that has supplied them with many of their trinkets and oddities throughout the year that they've been going on this, was missing. She did say that she was visiting a friend, but didn't tell Zivin, or her seemingly apprentice, where she was going, and didn't offer much to you all, and to Rem's dismay was silent when sending spells were sent. To this, Rem gathered the rest of you up and declared that you needed to go find her. And to go and try and find her you did, first by convincing Zivin to show you where the house was, as Rem and Zex broke in and took a hairbrush of hopefully Barris's, and then teleported to the dragonborn city of Dacaria, where they saw her last. As you all make your way there and emerge in this, Gilgamesh kind of looks around, sighs, and declares that he will be going to talk to the Lord. However, he says the rest of you should make sure you're doing something as well. As the 4 of you are left in the center of this Dragonborn city, what's the game plan?
I was going to check the slummier parts of town to see what I can find. And what time of day is it?
Right now, it is like just cresting into midday as people are beginning to like move around and pick up lunches for each other and themselves.
So I will start with just going to like the magical shopkeep of town, starting there, and then going towards the seedier parts of town at night.
Okay. Anyone going with Rem? Anyone going anywhere else?
I'll go with Rem. Okay, never mind.
And you can come with me for the day portion, but not the night portion.
I am criminal. Can I join you on that?
Are you literally saying to Rem, I am criminal?
I was a criminal. I'm reformed, but I still know their ways. Do you mind if I join you?
Wanted to do this alone, but I guess I'll take Suna and Zex with me at nighttime.
I don't have to come at night. I can do something else.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I'm gonna get my beauty sleep at night, but I'll come with for the day portion.
Alright, then we'll do the day portion. That's what I'm doing with the normal things, like the shopkeeps asking around normally.
Yeah.
So we'll start with that, I guess.
Okay. Nime, anything for you? Are you going with them or are you going somewhere else? All 4 of you can go in the same direction. You don't have to split up.
Was I here? Did you guys hear me?
No, we heard nothing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hi. So I said that there's nothing special that I want to be doing. I said that I was going to tag along with Rem, but then I heard that I can't come with him at night. So
you can, but like, be prepared to see some wild shit.
There's nothing special that I can think to be doing in Daycaria right now, so it does not really matter to me.
I'm gonna go deal with our not having any way to restrain people except for rope and go get some shopping done.
Okay. So everyone except for apparently Zex now is heading towards Firewalker's shop at the magic shop. Is that correct then?
That's where I'm starting.
Yeah.
Okay. So Zex, you might want to think upon what you're trying to find and purchase.
Mm-hmm.
However, the rest of you make your way over to the Firewalker. As you all get to the side of the mountain and step into this seen once before store by the majority of you, the shop itself has this thin layer of smoke over it as all of you step in, and you can see that the smoke is like almost like this weird chemical like burn.
Would I recognize this?
I'd actually like you to make a check using your alchemist proficiency. So it'd be intelligence plus your proficiency.
Give me 1 second. Someone gotta roll dice in a game that involves rolling dice? How dare you?
Who would have thought?
Take dice out of the dice game.
It's just game. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Oh, wait, that might be higher. That might be 21. I believe it's 21. Proficiency just went up to 5 recently, didn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Then it's 21.
Okay. As you just, your eyes are kind of like burning. It's this, almost like this, you're getting a lot of the same things, like this type of cleaning, like chemical, things that are used, acidic wise to like almost, pull off like dirt and like stubborn, but it's gone a bit airborne. Something that is normally seen in a liquid that has in something become a smoke. You you would guess that inhaling this for a long period of time might be hazardous to one's health.
Homie made mustard gas accidentally, didn't he?
As the three of you kind of walk into the store, there is no Mr. Firewalker to be seen.
Does he have a bell of some description on the front desk?
As you look, you can see kind of like the charred and reinforced countertop. It is actually like clear of anything on it. It does not have a bell or a ringer or anything on it.
I'll call out and see if he answers.
Okay. A couple minutes pass before you can hear these like hard footsteps behind the shop before this door kind of swings open. Hey, sorry about the smoke, and I hope you weren't waiting here too long. As Firewalker walks through this door, this kind of like bald-in green dragonborn man. Were you waiting here long? My apologies. What can I do for you today, though?
I'm looking for a woman that deals in the same trade that you do. I was wondering if maybe you had heard of her. Is there anything I can do about all this fucking smoke?
I don't know, is there?
Can I do like an alchemy air cleanser bullshit?
You...
A puff of purifying smoke?
A puff of purifying smoke. You don't have... You don't have necessarily the time nor necessarily just the interest in it, in clearing it out. It's more of a nuisance to you at the moment. But Firewalker actually like moves behind the counter and actually props open the door behind you guys. It's just, I'll let my shop air out. I didn't mean for it to be this smoky when there were guests in here. I haven't had, since you actually had any, female, customers come in.
You might know the person she was meeting with. Does the name Barris mean anything to you?
I'm just gonna...
High elven woman, rather tall.
Well, I mean... I think I bought... Yeah, I bought arcane supplies from her once or twice a couple of years ago. But I've got my own self-sustaining thing going on round, so I haven't seen that missus in a while.
25 on my insight.
Okay. He seems to be honest.
She was coming into town to visit a friend last I heard. You know anyone else in town that would be interested in the arcane arts?
Most people interested would just come to me and they'd be scholars, or I guess you divide the smart people into two different categories here. There's either people that are historical wise people, or there's the people built like born naturally with arcane gifts that work on studying them dragon bloods. Sounds kind of ironic for someone like me to say dragon bloods, don't it? I don't know of anyone else that should be known, Barris.
If you hear anything, just send us a word, will you? And I'll tell them the hotel we're staying at.
So you're planning on staying? Would you like to just say that you're going to stay at the same hotel that you stayed at before?
That's where we got teleported to, yeah?
Yeah, he teleported you right in front of it.
Yeah, that's where we're just going to stay there again. So, what is it, the Volcano's Earth?
Yes. Mechanics. Hearth. Of course. Should I be expecting her to be coming round?
Just if you hear anything or anything jogs your memory, give us word.
Of course.
I guess that's all the business I have here poking around, unless you guys have anything you want to say to him.
No.
Alright, then I'm leaving.
Okay. You guys head out of the Firewalker's store. What's next?
We're gonna go around to all the hotels and see if we can find where she stayed.
Okay. So there are 4 different like places that generally take residents here. Take travelers, take people like that. From inns to taverns to just like places of temporary residence. As you begin to look through, Rem, since you're the one leading, I'd like you to make an investigation check.
19.
Okay. As you kind of go around, you rule out your own because she wasn't staying there beforehand. So that leaves you with 3 other ones to kind of almost like weave between in the city. As there is one that seems very, very cheap and unnecessary. It kind of goes through, and through prodding this one, you don't think that she would have been here. The other 2 are generally nice. One of them is quite like probably the highest end of the 4 that you've seen. And as you look through, you kind of generally are finding the same general things of both at the one that is comparable to the one that you guys are staying at and the really nice one. They're saying that they don't want to... They want to keep the privacy of their guests.
I'm gonna put a platinum piece on the table. I I'm gonna insight check which one that seems the shadiest. Do any of them seem like particularly like uppity about it?
So let's say you go to the expensive one first. And this one is like a red dragonborn female as she's kind of like looking you up and down, and I don't know where you found your manners in this, but this is a upright and general establishment. We care very deeply about our guests' privacy. Is there anything you'd like to say before the platinum, or are you just putting the platinum on?
I'm gonna say my friend is missing, and I'd really appreciate any help that you can provide.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
That is a D12.
I think that would hurt you more than it would help you.
Oh, that's low. That's low. That's only a 10.
I don't know where you've gotten your description of an upright establishment from, but this is not what I had in mind. Please, take your thievery and go somewhere else.
Thievery?
As you say that, she kind of like squints her eyes and then turns around and just kind of leaves.
I'll say, but not quite loud enough for anyone to hear. You do know that if I find this establishment complicit in a kidnapping case, it would bring a lot of attention.
She has already left you. She's
not listening.
She's
to any
turned and walked away. Yeah, she's not listening, and just kind of left you,
I'm gonna
Suna,
insight
and
check
Nime
that
there.
encounter. She was like super fucking weird about it.
Sure.
That's gonna be a 28.
28. As you are watching this, it's an interesting thing seeing general anatomy from her, but she is shifting around very much. Like, she's shifting her feet. She seems uncomfortable about it. Assuming you gave like a general description before asking, which I'm sure you did.
I have minor illusion Barris' figure.
Yeah. So she seemed uncomfortable.
So I'm gonna say to our ring, I think I found the place she was staying, Zex, but the innkeeper isn't very responsive to me.
You want me to stop by later and see if I can convince her?
Convince her or whatever unseemly thing she'd like to get into. We just have to prove
You're
that
sending
she's
me,
here.
right?
I'm going through the ring. They can't hear me.
Oh, right, the ring. I'm dumb. Excuse me.
It's been a week.
Right. It has been longer than a week since we've used the rings.
It has. That's true.
I will stop by, and I don't do unseemly things. My things are all very seemly.
We'll see how Barris feels about how seamless this was when we show her hairbrush.
Look, necessary, not unseemly.
We don't have to tell her about the hairbrush.
Oh, this hairbrush just went missing. You must have lost it, Barris. Sorry about that. Yeah,
Couldn't
I'll
have been
stop by
us.
later.
Not us. Not at all.
Couldn't have been us. I need to know which like hotel this is, though.
Let me get that notebook up for you, as I remember the amount of hotels, but not the name of it.
It's the your favorite NPC was kidnapped hotel.
It's the
I'm naming it a Freet's Gospel.
Fruits Gospel. banger names.
Afreet's Gospel is a banger name. Afreet is like a fire spear.
No,
A
it
higher
is.
one
It
of
is. That was unironic. That was good.
We'll save that one for the elemental plane
Well,
adventure.
we will save that one for the plane of fire. God, and as I can't find it, I will get you the name of it later. But it is the most up hotel.
The quietest
God.
one. They don't serve drinks down here.
They serve wine after a certain amount of time, but they're not like selling ale here or anything. They're pompous and pricey.
It's like
Oh.
there. It's like this.
Pricey. Okay, yeah. Stop by later. Good enough. You're still doing stuff though, right?
I'll leave this place, but
Yeah.
you know,
It's you guys have taken some time, and I'm gonna say unless if there's one more quick thing you guys want to do, it's about to branch over into nighttime.
if I see when I was going over this and I did minor illusion, did anyone else in this building respond to that?
You guys were kind of near the front, so not really.
My passive perception is 20.
Not really.
Damn.
All right. If there's nothing else, Zex, what are you buying?
I want 3 pairs of manacles,
Okay.
3 sets. How much is that gonna run me?
Manacles, you say?
It's shackles, but not
yeah.
magical. Because someone broke my shackles.
So they're 2 gold pieces apiece. So you said 3.
Yeah, 3 sets.
So they'd be
So
6 gold pieces.
Okay, done. And then there's 2 other places I want to check out. One of which is that I'll go. Have I gotten the message from Rem at this point?
No, this is like
Is the real question.
this is a little bit earlier.
Okay, I want to go check out. Let me see if the Hearthmen. I want to go see if I can find them.
The
I've got my
Hearth,
manacles. The Hearthmen.
a Hearthman?
The Hearthmen. The organization who
Oh,
wrote
the
this book that I have.
organization. Yes. I was just like, why are you trying to find that specific part of like a really big smithing? Okay. The Hearthman. Okay. Make an
Yeah.
investigation check of your own.
I'm not finding shit. 9.
As you're going through the town looking, but you are not able to find anything before you get this message through your ring from Rem.
Right. Well, I want to wait a little. How far away am I from this hotel?
You're probably
Like,
like
how long would it take me to get down there?
probably maybe like half an hour walk.
Oh, that's actually perfect. Yes. I'll head right down there.
Okay. Okay. I knew it was dragon
Okay.
themed. I just didn't know which one. It's called the Ivory Dragon.
Ooh, very fancy. I will go in to the Ivory Dragon.
Okay. As you step in, you can see all these like it's a general large stoned waiting room. It's very much like walking into one of those I want to say Marriott, but we ain't sponsored. Marriott Inns. Those very, very fancy and polished places there, as there is a kind of first this carved stone counter that, unbeknownst to you, that's where Rem had the first talk, as there is a female dragonborn just kind of sitting there as she kind of looks up and says, "Welcome to the Ivory Dragon. How may I serve you?"
Hi, I'm actually out looking for a friend of mine who seems to have gotten lost. I believe she told us she was gonna actually come back to Greywall a couple days ago, and never showed up. So I've come back looking for her. Her name is Barris. I was wondering if she stayed here. She didn't. She didn't stay with us, unfortunately. Otherwise, we'd have a little bit easier time tracking her down, hopefully. But you know how it goes. I'll give Barris's description.
That is all well and good. However, us at the Ivory Dragon, we serve a upfront establishment, and so if she is here, she would come down and greet you, I'm sure. But I will not be giving away our guests' information, as it is our utmost importance that our guests have their privacy.
Are you sure there's nothing you can do to help me here? Like, we're super worried about it. She doesn't leave home very often. We're worried she might have got lost on the road.
Make a
But we just want to make sure she's actually left.
Make a persuasion check, however, with disadvantage.
Disadvantage? God damn it, Rem, you're fucking me up. I'm assuming that's the reason why. Is because they've already asked about Barris.
Is possible.
Is possible. 22. I think I did okay.
God damn it. That's
I
great.
got a 15 and a 16
That's
on the dice,
that's great.
so.
That's what we live for. She kind of like looks at you. I will look at the guest list and see if your Miss Barris, is that first or last?
First, I think.
Is among the guests.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And she takes out like this almost like leather bound, like it's at this point it'd be like one of those books that people see at national parks be like, I was here. As she kind of looks, and you can see as she takes out these kind of thin spectacles and puts them on her snout and traces. Barris is not currently residing here. She is not in the guest registry.
Did you know she was here, previously and may have already left?
She is... And she kind of like looks back through. There is no record of a Barris on this hotel in the past week. 5 to 7 days.
How long has it been since we were here?
You guys...
Since we left here.
You guys had spent 2 full days... 3 full days in Greywall. This is the 4th day since you guys had left.
So it's been a little longer than a week, probably, since Barris would have left, right?
It's for you
like,
to
just
think.
barely, I think. So we finished with the tournament, and then the day after the tournament, we came back, and so how many days did we spend on the tournament? 2 or 3?
2.
2 days on the tournament, Lost City Day, and then 3 days of downtime. That's 6 days. And if Barris left like the day before the tournament, then yeah, that's perfectly a week. All right, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I hope you
I'll
find...
toss her a gold piece.
Oh, this is not necessary. I hope you meet back up with your friend.
Thank you. And I'll leave.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's basically the end of the day now then.
Well, you guys can... It's pretty much the sun's going down, yeah. So the four of you can reconnect at the Volcanic's Hearth and put down on some rooms if you guys wish to, or are you not actually getting rooms?
That's where I'm going. Is back there. I don't know if we're actually getting rooms or not, but...
I do know the other three were back there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys getting rooms? Are you guys doing
We gotta
anything?
stay somewhere.
Okay.
Actually, we should sleep in a different hotel so we don't get murdered.
Is there any low-lifey looking hotels around? Like something very, very like a hole in the wall.
Crack house vibe, you know.
A crack house vibe?
Yeah.
It's not
Certainly,
crack
yes.
house vibe, but there was the first one that you guys had went to, the three of you had went to, and it looked run down, it looked cheap, and
It looked like they sell crack here.
and Rem kind of went, Barris probably wasn't at this one. That was the first of the ones that you went to.
So do we want to stay at the crack hotel?
I don't want to.
We could stay at the first one. I mean, if we stay at Crack Hotel, then we're not gonna be like scouted, you know?
We might get murdered anyway. I think we should just stay where we are. If they come towards us, it'll provide us with a lead anyway.
Okay.
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 All right. So, how many rooms are you guys getting?
I mean, we got, what, 3 last time?
Yeah.
Something like that. 2 doubles and a single.
We'll do 2 this time.
Okay. The rooms are a gold apiece. And, of course, there's the extra silver if you want access to the washroom, but...
Sure.
Okay. So 2 gold
Sounds good to
and
me.
2 silver are spent. Divided however you guys want to.
I'll just eat it, it's fine.
Okay. Zrem pays for it. You guys get the keys as the Golden Dragonborn woman, again, sees you, acknowledges. As you guys go, you have your 2 rooms.
Mm-hmm. Who's sleeping with who?
You can sleep with Gil when he gets back, and then I'll stay with them.
Works for me.
Okay.
Oh, this shit looks like poison. Wish me luck, kids.
Good luck.
All right. So, you guys bedding down for the night then?
No.
Yes, but I'm sleeping under the bed.
Okay.
Yes.
Nime?
I'm here. That
Are
just
you
going to bed.
okay? So, Rem, as you are the only one not turning in for the night, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go check out the slums.
All right. As you are doing this, let me know what you're looking for. Anything specifics, or are you just trying to put your ear to the ground and hear stuff?
I'm putting my ear to the ground. I'm looking for some seedier places.
Mm-hmm.
It's not proper for a man of the cloth to know where to find a lady of the night, but I'm assuming I would.
I don't know. Here we might be able to find out. So, I would like you to first roll me an investigation check. Let's see what locations you're able to drudge up.
And I have advantage because of reasons.
Because of reasons?
You know the reasons. I know what a slum looks like.
You know
I know where the street rats hide. I'd be able to find it.
I'm just going to say normal roll for you, because this is a different city, possibly different culture than where you grew up.
No guidance?
You can give yourself guidance, that's fine.
Guidance, baby. Oh, 23.
23. Good enough. As you kind of scour your way throughout the city looking for different things. And what you're able to find is generally the southernmost part of town, both away from the volcano and closer on the map to where the actual desert is. But although no part of Daycaria actually meshes with the desert, the houses get a little bit less clean, less put together, and the amount of activity does not seem to dull as the night goes on. As you head out, are you just trying to listen for different things? See if you can find anything of use to...
I'll listen to different things, but I want to hear things mostly about missing people.
Okay. That'd be a perception check.
23.
23. As you are kind of spending this night kind of watching, like almost just tailing people, trying to find out what is going on. You're finding out very quickly that in this section, the Dragonborn are not very helpful, nor very talkative. Especially seeing someone with armor, like, kind of walking around. As you're not trying to be quiet, you just try to find the situation and listen in. They seem very, very careful. Not as in, like, talking, but as in trying to keep their distance from you. It's odd. Generally, in your experience with places like this, it's the people traveling through the place trying to not be seen, not the people living there trying to disappear. People seem to be hiding from you. At some times well, at other times not so much.
I want to find like a shady drinking establishment.
Okay. Easy enough to do. As one, you do know.
Before I go in, I am gonna tuck my holy symbol away. Like, God
Okay.
can't see this right now.
Okay, so you tuck the symbol beneath the armor. As you see this, basically kind of move. If this was a place with building permits, this is something that has been grandfathered in. As you can see it leaning against another building, but you can hear just general murmured conversation kind of happening as you see this place.
Can I make out anything?
Are you walking in, or are you just waiting outside?
I'm entering. If no
Okay.
one's stopping me.
As you do, this is like, as you enter, the first thing you get is, it is a wall of mildew, rot, and alcohol. As this place has not seen a good day in its life. The entrance you are given is akin to that of an old western, whereas you kind of step in and then people stop and look at you. And immediately as they do, none of them seemingly wanting to make eye contact with you, all kind of immediately shuffle back around or like kind of move into their drink. As you can see, all these shapes and sizes of dragonborn, kobolds, and orcs and half-orcs just kind of wrapped in different shawls and covers. Not necessarily for warmth, but for obscurement.
My insights of 14, are they like trying to hide because they're afraid, or like is it just weird to see someone like me walking through the streets?
Your general vibe is distrust with a healthy dose of fear.
I'm gonna sit down at the bar.
Okay, as you do, the kind of stool that has been put up there just kind of across the floor. And as it does, it walks up. As you hadn't seen a bartender before this, you are a little bit taken aback when you see this kobold kind of walking across the actual counter with like all these different like these two bandoliers kind of like cross hatching its back, and you're kind of curious about what it is at first before you realize that these are all like small bottles of alcohol that have been pushed into these sections of bandoliers. As the kobold kind of walks up to you, and from this point, as you are sitting in there standing on the counter, looks down at you. What you buying?
Whatever you've got.
Give you shots.
I can see that. I'll take a few.
As silver's a piece.
From my extensive drinking knowledge. Is that overpriced?
It depends on the quality of the alcohol. These are unlabeled bottles.
All right, I'll take you up.
How many?
I'm gonna put down my gold piece.
Is he 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like begins uncorking. Enjoy yourself. As he kind of like gives a glance around this bar before scuttling past you.
Anything look poisonous? More poisonous than alcohol in general?
You can make a Herbalism check. So that would be adding your intelligence to your proficiency.
Whoa, 12.
12. None of these seem poisonous per se. They don't seem
are people looking
high
at me
quality.
getting this massive amount of shots?
With your passive perception, you can see there are a couple. You can see like a kobold that is like sitting off at a table, and an orc that is at the bar are looking at you. None of the dragonborns are.
In a display of dominance, I'm gonna take 4 shots back to back.
Okay, I'm gonna have you make a Constitution saving throw.
Can I have it with advantage since I am a heavy drinker?
No.
Damn.
Just make that con save, baby. Good luck. Gods be with you.
She can't help me for another 3 days.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, 18!
18, as you can hear this just kind of echo throughout the bar, amplified probably by this own small bit of adrenaline coursing through you. Thunk, 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 thunk. They are all wildly different flavors, as one of them seems to be like this like this rum. The other seems to be like this type of whiskey, and then another is like a different type of brandy. As all 4 of these are something different, but
not unpleasant.
Not unpleasant.
I'm gonna eye one of the guys next to me and say, "Don't look so shy. Pick up a cup. I won't bite you."
As you turn to this like large, massive orc. Them's be your cups.
And one be your cup now. I'm gonna slide it to him.
He kind of like side eyes you. Picks it up. Just like literally his thumb and his middle finger, and then I just go, ew. Puts it down.
Did he take the shot?
He did take the shot. He seems to have just gotten ale.
What a shame. Take another.
He kind of wipes his face. What do you want?
Quick to the punch, eh?
No one buys me drinks unless they want something from me.
No one buys anyone drinks unless they want something. But, you know, I tend to pay a bit of a premium. I'm looking around. New in the town, just places like this remind me of home before I got it in the mix and all, you know?
Hmm.
And I'm going to say this one quite loudly. Seems they don't take kindly to me, though. I wonder what that could be.
As you see this, the kobold that was watching you stops watching. And you can see this general, like, almost flinching of some of the people coming out. As you hear this, as it's one of the glasses being taken by the orc again, as he takes another one. News people down here's be bad. Bad news. You all bad news.
Well, a man that buys you a few drinks, be bad news. Didn't even ask for anything.
But you gonna ask me for somethings.
Why don't we just enjoy the drinks for now?
Hmm.
Is anyone still looking at me?
Just the orc.
Is the kobold like at the bar too?
No, the kobold is sitting off on this tail. He's relatively close to the bar. Like he's a few paces away from the bar. But it is a thing of like you look over your left shoulder and he was looking at you, and as you did that, he looked away.
I'll nonchalantly offer him a drink too, since he wants to look. I'll just like tap it to the side of the bar next to me and just like let him know, like, free to partake. I don't mind sharing.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I have it with advantage because I took 3 shots back to back, like a 4 back to back? See, the shots already kicking in, like a
Shots
champion.
already kicking in.
Like a champion.
I'm gonna go with a no. I'm just gonna go for it, man.
25.
20. Why do you keep asking for advantage when all your rolls are this good?
They're not all good. I'm getting 12s.
As you hear this kind of like scratching sound as they kind of push out from their chair, and then without getting on the stool, they just grab, and as you kind of look down at them, this kind of like red-hued kobold with a tan underside, as his cloak kind of like moves away. Takes it quite quickly and moves it, sets it back up on the counter. Doesn't go back to the chair, just stands there.
I'll slap down another and turn around and say, anyone else that wants to take a few looks can have a drink on my dime too, eh?
This time, it's different. As you can see, people are kind of glancing at you now, like trying to sneak looks before kind of whispering to one each other. And you can see about like you can count, maybe there'd be like 5, 6 Dragonborn in here. And about half of them, like with speaking in hushed tones to each other, actually get up and exit.
I'm remembering their faces.
Sure.
So, who's getting up?
You can see a pair of, like a general pair of bronze Dragonborn, male and female, get up, as well as a male white Dragonborn. Not Gil. As I should probably clarify.
Okay. I'm assuming anyone that didn't leave is, just still looking.
Yeah, they have not made a move towards you.
I'll look towards the kobold barkeep and say, anyone that was nice enough to stay, give him a round on me. And then I'm going to put down a platinum.
Suit yourselves. As he kind of jumps off of the bar, gets moving, he's like, "What you want?" As he's kind of moving around the, like 2 Dragonborn that are still here and the half orc that hasn't left. Don't blames them. They'd be playing safe. As the orc has, like, kind of almost just slumped still over the bar, Rem. As he's not kind of looking at you anymore, as he's more of looking over his right shoulder at the bartender that has been going around pulling and plucking different concoctions from his bandolier. I'm still waiting for what you wants.
My insight's at 28. How's he responding to me?
He still thinks you want something from him. He's not aggressive. He's still distrustful.
I'll shoot straight with you. Looking for someone.
Lots of people be looking for someone's.
Came this way looking for better, but I think she got herself mixed up into something, let's say on the other side of town.
People don't come here's. People only leave here's. She live here's?
Didn't live here.
She
Came to
wouldn't,
town on business.
she wouldn't be here's then.
You and I both know I'm not saying that she came here willingly. If you catch my drift, I'll take another shot.
People don't get taken here willingly. People only leave here unwillingly.
Unwillingly?
And he kind of looks at you. They think you're there for thems. That's why they leaves. Playing it safe. Never heard of one of yous buying stuffs for them before you take them.
I'm not in the business of taking. I'm here to find people in the business of taking. I'll be truthful with you. You ever see any of those folks around? I already know the deal. I didn't hear it from you.
There's been some that's been gone. I only know ones that's been taken, not those who takes.
They all go from the same place, or just out and about? Too many questions, eh? Another drink?
As he scoots over and takes one of the two that you have left. It's just... people's shadows. You find a new house. Used to be your neighbors. Now it's no one's. The shadows are quite cruel in the nights. I never see who the shadow be.
It's only 17 on my insight.
He's a little hard to gauge. He doesn't seem to be holding anything back, but it's you're able to gauge with your naturally with that he is like still casing you, as he had said before that anyone new he's kind of expecting to take someone.
I'm not looking to take anyone. I'm looking to get someone back.
People that get takens don't come back.
Well, no, unless I tried, would I? I'll have a few more drinks with them. See if anyone else opens up. I'm pretty sure the mood's lightening up because if my conversion is right, if it's 1 silver, I gave them a platinum, which is 10 gold, and then 10 silver is 10 gold. So it's 100 shots that I've just purchased.
There's a lot of the bandoliers are run dry quite quickly.
What else does he have?
You see as he goes back and he begins like it takes a while, but he comes back with like restocked bandoliers. That seems to be the gimmick of this place.
He's just getting in the mix. Is the mood lightening up? People seem a little bit more receptive?
Some people begin to more ignore you. Less, not distrustful, but less fear. Eventually, the kobold that you had originally just gotten to stand next to you actually hops up at the bar a couple of seats away from you.
So everyone's kind of just like in a somewhat better mood.
It seems to be.
I'm at a neutral state now. Suppose now that I've shown my face, it'll be quite interesting going forward. Maybe best you didn't speak to me or tell people to speak to me. Yeah. Hate to get you mixed up in the business.
I don't know if the shadows care where faces come from and who they belongs to. Shadows just take. Yous ain't the shadows then, are you?
I look like a shadow to you?
Shadows don't show their face.
And here I am, face and all.
Trying to see as if you were a smart shadow. Lion types.
Ain't in the business of lying. Do I look like I'm in the business of taking either? Think I could take someone your size? Look at me.
He just kind of shrugs.
I'm in the business, but I'm not in that business. I'll have a few more drinks, listen, see how everyone's reacted, see if the kobold gets closer to me. He's probably listening. If he's listening, let me know if he approaches me.
Yeah, the most that he does throughout this is actually getting up to the bar, but he's sitting with a seat in between you guys. He's not sitting right next to you. But very clearly is listening into yours and the orc's conversation.
I'll mutter over them a bit. Finally caught your interest.
Seeing what the scaries. They've come to play with us in person. If you steal any more of our scale friends.
Just to reconfirm, he asked me, am I coming to steal people, right?
Mm-hmm. He says, basically, he's vetting you to see if you're here to steal scaled people.
I'm in no business of stealing people.
Make sure.
I was in the business, you think I'd spend all this money buttering them up first? We all know drunkards fight harder anyway.
Drunkards make mistakes.
They also kick harder. Not in the business. See anything yourself? I'm gonna answer that question, but
I just know they take the scales. Max and I ain't in no trouble. He gestures over to the orc. They'd never want someone like us.
21.
They seem to be truthful.
So that's Max and your,
I shouldn't have given out Max's name. Sorry, Max. And the orc just, I've screwed over my friend. I might as well screw over myself, huh?
It's your decision. I ain't pressing. I ain't prying. I know what it is.
Do's you?
I may not look it, but I played the game back in the day.
Which game you trying to play?
The game I'm playing today is the business of finding, not the business of taking.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's already told you. No one's won that game so far.
No, I'm still willing to play, but I'd like to know what's on the board first. I suppose that's what I'm getting around to. That's why I bought all these drinks. Anything you know would be helpful. And I didn't hear it from you. I'm just some outsider flashing his pocket change.
Every whiles, long enough for it not to be an issue, some of the scales disappear. Quite enough to make people think that they went south on their own accord. People that know them know that they didn't. The cat proves it. No one can prove it. When everyone lives among trash piles, if someone's place is trash, it don't make no difference.
Looks like I'm playing quite the game then, huh?
If who's you looking for just went missing, you ain't gonna find them by being static. Means they ain't gonna do another hits for up to the years.
Take that long in between?
Just long enough that people think it's natural. Up to's. I ain't no scholars. I just know that if someone's went missing, I could tell the other scales to be able to walk around a little more comfortably at nights now. For at least a few months. You've just been clocked as the next possible shadow.
Maybe that'll find me the attention I'm looking for. You gentlemen enjoy your drinks. Maybe you'll see me again. Maybe you won't. Enjoy yourselves.
There's both of them just... The kobold kind of pushes off and kind of walks over to the other side and talks to one of the dragonborn that are still there.
Can I hear that as I'm walking out?
If you want to make a perception check.
Oh, baby! I hear nothing.
Did you say
But my
2?
14.
14.
But my passive is a 20. Can I catch it with my passive?
Well, it's a thing of, like, even with a 14 as active, because he's trying to hide it, so... Don't get too excited, but we think another one might have already been gone. Might have a couple of free months. As you walk out.
As I'm heading back to the other part of town, am I noticing anyone following me?
You can make
What attention am I getting?
like attention?
Well, like, is someone following me? Am I being trailed?
As you're kind of trying to pay attention, you don't see that you're being followed or tailed. Again, any dragonborn that kind of crosses your sight works to make sure that they get out of your line of sight as quickly as possible.
All right. I'll head back to the inn for now and try again tomorrow, this time without my armor.
Okay. As you all make your way back, you are all already sleeping. As Rem moves in and settles down, you all...
There's 2 beds in this room, so
Yeah.
I guess I'm sleeping towards the door.
Ironically, one of the beds ain't being used because, Zex is sleeping underneath it.
I was with the woman.
Oh, yeah, never mind. They're both being used. As you take off your armor and sleep, the day crosses over to the 24th. As the sun rises, you all wake up. It's a new dawn. What would you all like to do?
Let's start the day with a scry.
Okay.
I'll pull out the hairbrush.
All right.
Barris first.
All right. Nothing.
Nothing.
As you feel like your vision just doesn't go anywhere.
All right. We'll try Ishtar next then. I'll pull out the sword.
Okay. So I gotta remember how much of the...
So we got the familiar because Gil gave me stuff and I'd seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
And with the sword, it's a possession.
Possession. So it's a -9.
Yep.
And that's an 8. So...
Let's go.
As in the morning, you kind of sit with this, and first the 10 minutes pass of just getting blocked out. Your vision pulls. And what you immediately see is a kind of like wet grass camp. As Ishtar is in the process of breaking down a tent. Within this kind of cube, you can see him, and then kind of off behind him in this radius, you can see a very quite large hobgoblin with
Goblin.
like armor in himself, breaking down another tent. As they go through this over the next couple of minutes, it's kind of in quiet. A thing of note is Ishtar does appear to have just a standard, like, it doesn't look special, there are no markings on it, but he does seem to have a long sword strapped onto his belt.
I can't make an Arcana check via scrying, can I?
I say you could.
I could?
Sure.
Awesome.
Because you're trying to make out Ishtar's belonging, not anyone else's.
Mm-hmm. Would I have disadvantage?
No, because Ishtar's in focus. He is the object of the scry.
Awesome. That's a 17.
Okay. It doesn't have any special markings on it. It just seems to be a normal longsword.
Awesome. So they're what? Packing up camp in like a wet area is what you said it looked like?
Yeah, like a damp grassland. As he kind of like shudders and balls up the tent, and you see basically as he's going, there is a large kind of the tents are quite like uniform and small, but as he does, he actually throws it, and you can see the hobgoblin actually catch it. And then another minute kind of goes by, and you see the hobgoblin kind of off frame, blurry, catch another one, and then another.
These are tents?
These are like small personal tents.
Got it.
As he begins stuffing them into this larger sack, and then the scry ends.
How many were there?
You saw the hobgoblin catch a total of 4. Or no, he caught 3, he had his own.
He caught 3, he had his own, so that's Ishtar, the hobgoblin, and 2 others?
That's what you saw. But there were
That's
no
what I
other
thought.
people in vicinity of the
Within the
scry.
scry area. Alright.
Alright. And you're pulled back.
Alright. I'll head downstairs for breakfast.
Okay.
Well, I'll go get breakfast.
I
You
assume
know,
I'd
Rem
sleep.
made a big deal about this whole breakfast thing, so I guess I better.
Yes, you better.
Ironically, the 4 of you meet downstairs for breakfast. If there's anything you guys need to talk about, do it now.
Did Gil never come back?
Gil is currently like an ethereal person. Let's say Gil is back.
Okay, bro?
Let's say Gil is back right now, and he will do his report first as...
He's disassociating.
Well, he's thinking. Less disassociating and more actually putting his mind towards something, and... Yeah, there's... They know nothing. They said that they'd have some of the Dawn Riders go through the sky. They know nothing.
Great. Barris was not at that hotel at all, according to the innkeep, at least.
Folks are going missing.
Hmm.
More folks than we thought.
Other than just like a couple people.
Couple people fairly consistently. I'm gonna go look around a bit more today, but
It couldn't be anything like what was happening between Greywall and Lichton, could it?
What,
straight from
kidnapping
the city
people
censor.
for like sacrifice?
I did hear folks think they go south, but south from here goes straight into the desert. Why don't you go take another look? And I'll give him a wink as I say look around that hotel.
I'm assuming you're talking to me.
Yes.
God, in broad daylight.
In broad daylight.
I'll do it tonight when it's not broad daylight. Less chance of getting caught then. Hopefully, at least.
I'll prowl around my same area tonight. During the day, though, why don't we go see if we can find Barris's friend? She might be somewhere near that hotel. We can go take a look. Ask around, see if anyone saw her.
Okay.
All right. Those plans, we've got people going to... Mostly back to the hotel.
Near the area.
Easy enough.
Barris doesn't like walking, so I'm assuming her friend's within walking distance.
Easy enough.
I'm gonna go keep
Okay.
looking for the Hearthmen since we're back here anyway. And I get we should deal with bears, but I don't really know what I'm gonna be doing. it's you guys looking at that stuff. I don't know where I would go. I'll just wait until tonight, then I'll go and deal with that hotel then.
Just poke around the area. Look around.
Okay. So,
I'll help poke around.
okay. So, are we splitting off into groups? I need to
Yes.
know who's going where. Is Suna
Loosely.
going with Rem?
I'm going with Rem.
Okay. Nime? Feeling is...
Nime is gonna sit with Gil for a bit just to help him through his thoughts for a little bit.
Gotcha. Nice save. As you guys kind of move off, how are you looking for this friend, Rem?
I'm
Suna?
going within walking distance. I'm looking around, seeing if anything looks like shady, anyone's house looks abandoned, or looks to be of interest to Barris or anything like that. See if I notice any men from last night.
Sure. As this area is closer to the actual, volcano, and so it is a bit far away from the area that you were last night, but, you two are quite welcome to go and make your investigation check.
I'm gonna apply guidance. Sound
Okay,
good?
that's fine.
Everything helps.
Do I get to roll 2?
If you wish to.
I would love to. I rolled a natural 20 for a total of 23.
Get a 12.
Dope.
Whoops.
And well needed. As you guys are going around, Zex is... You said you aren't doing anything pertinent to this,
I'm
correct?
looking for the Hearthmen, but yeah, nothing pertinent to what they're doing, I guess.
Okay. As you guys are looking around, it is apparent that there has been a bit more worked up in here, as there's a bit of a I would say almost an artesian district that is kind of poked up in this inn, around this
Gentrified.
place. Yeah, it's a little bit gentrified, as there are all of these trinket shops and all food places, but as you kind of walk a bit farther, there are what you would think would be residences, as there are some very not large. None of these seem to go into 2 stories, but some of them are very nice looking, and quite, actually large square footage wise, of stone houses. However, looking for shady people, gives no, there are no shady people kind of looking around.
I'm sending a sending spell.
All right.
This is going to Jaylene.
Okay.
Looking around for Barris, said she was meeting a friend in Decaria. Would you happen to know a name? It would really help.
As some time goes by, I'm sorry, Barris doesn't talk about her personal life to, as far as I know, anyone. I didn't know she had a friend in Decaria.
Right. I'm sending another one to Barris. See
Okay.
if she responds. Ripping up Decaria looking for you. poking around the slums. If you're safe, it'd be good to know. If you're not, let us know.
There is no response.
Anyone's house look like they got like Barris money?
No one to that extent. However, like there is a banding of, like, you can see maybe a dozen or so houses that look very nice.
I'll poke around this area. If anyone passes by, I'll ask them to be seen this woman.
Okay.
Anyone that seems like responsive, like I'm not gonna approach people like, hey, like honestly, like, hey, you got a moment? They're like, oh, sure.
Okay.
Anything for, you know, and I'll really hype up the man of the clergy shit. I'll pull my symbol out and anything for father.
Okay. For this, I'd like you to make a charisma check.
Just straight charisma?
Just straight charisma.
That's not bad. 18.
18. For doing this for a while, there are seemingly more well-dressed. I'm talking like some of these people have like on like very fine, like almost like silken at one point clothes that, and the majority of them are like, we have not seen someone like this. But as you make your way, it is curiously, you see a woman kind of like out in the, this kind of like hanging garden, that you can see that they have this small like rock fence that has gardens that, as they kind of arch over, just like ever so slightly, they hang different plant boxes off of them. And as you kind of walk up, there's this halfling woman with a bandana tied over her head, and she looks quite old. Looking to maybe as in like someone who's in like their 80s. And as she kind of looks over, can I help you? You seem to be coming around with a rock in your shoes.
It certainly weighs on my mind like a rock in my shoes. I'm looking for a friend that was here recently.
Oh? Well, it's good to have friends. Who might this friend be?
I'll describe Barris, do the minor illusion thing as best as I can.
The high elfin woman. Oh, Barris is. I hope she didn't not take kindly to my cooking. I tried so hard, but she insisted on herself. Hello, are you are friends of Barris?
Yes.
And she puts down like this kind of like a half, like I think it's a trowel, as she kind of like pats her head and extends. I am Melania. It is pleasures to meet you.
Melania?
Melania, yes.
Malenia?
That's, yeah.
You don't know what you're doing right now.
It is a pleasure to meet the two of you. It is so nice to know that Barris has expanded, since meeting me. She doesn't get out and talk enough. I've always told her. And she kind of walks to the side of this fence. Feel free, come in. Don't talk to me over a fence.
I'll go in.
Okay, Suna.
Yeah.
And so, why are you looking for my dear friend?
We knew she was coming to visit you, though we didn't know it was you at the time, and when we went back home, she never came home. We can't reach her.
That seems to be... Barris always had a knack for being able to speak when she wanted to, even when you were quite far away. Are you sure she isn't mad at you, dear boy?
Mad enough to not tell her assistant at home where she is?
Zivin?
Yes.
How is he doing?
Poor boy's in shambles.
Oh.
He's worried to death about her.
She cares. She cares deep. And as she kind of turns around and is kind of like walking slowly back towards that, you can hear she cares deeply about that young man. And although I'm not sure of her relations with you, I do know that she would never do anything intentionally to make Zivin worry without good reason. And she's... I hate to tell you, she had left my house quite a while ago.
How long ago?
Maybe 5 days ago. Almost a full week.
Did she say where she was going?
She said she had to get back.
So she was making her intention of heading back home then, yeah?
I would assume so.
You see, 5 days ago, that was about the tournament, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was exactly the day of the tournament.
It was.
Did she say anything about going to the tournament or anything after?
No, she didn't say anything about that. She's a very competitive girl, and I'm sure she would have enjoyed it, but she didn't mention it in person.
And you haven't spoken to her since, have you?
I haven't heard a word from her, but I assume she had much catch-up to play when she returned. Barris, you have to understand, the Barris doesn't travel much at all, and so I assume that she has many ways to keep herself busy. And those would pile up quite a lot if she took any length of time, although I was grateful that she came to see me.
Well, we're still poking around for her. We're worried about her. If you hear anything, you can send us word, or anything else that may be of interest. Was she meeting anyone else in town? She didn't say much else, did she?
No, Barris Barris doesn't like to do a lot of personal talk.
I have a 23 on my insight. At any point has this woman lied to me?
Doesn't seem to be lying. But I do hope that she is, at the very least, just angry. I hope I didn't do anything to drive her the wrong way. As she does bring out the old fire in me.
I'm sure you didn't do a single thing wrong.
No.
And I'm sure she enjoyed her visit. You're right. She doesn't get out very much, and travels we've been having her go on sleep in front of her a bit ragged.
She did mention some people pulling her around, but it's just you two that has got her to stretch her legs again.
Yeah, there's more of us, but we are rather worried about her, so we've been taking a look. But yes, it's been us getting her to stretch her legs once more.
Well, I am. I hope she didn't decide to take an extended vacation without telling anyone. I'd feel somewhat responsible if that's what she did. Too much time cooped up in a cage, even if it's one that you made yourself, can be a little maddening.
It's been nice having this talk. We should really get back to looking.
Of course. I hope you find my dear friend again. It's very hard to keep tabs on her unless if she wants to be seen.
We know how temperamental she can be. Don't worry. I'm sure she just got a little bit wrapped up is all.
Well, I hope so. She's too young to be getting caught up in all of this. Running around. She needs to do more.
We'll be on our way. We appreciate you allowing us in.
No,
Maybe we'll drop by some other time.
Of course. Please let me know when my friend is all right. She's very capable, but she doesn't know when to ask for anything.
Alright. And then as we're getting up to leave, if she's not saying anything else, I want to trace my way back to Barris's inn with the most direct route possible and see if there's anything along the lines that would catch my attention. An alleyway here, something here, anything.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Guidance time. Time to be guided. Oh god, it's not gonna help. It's not. Oh, Suda, why don't you take a look around?
I can do that. We can take a look around.
Please take a look around.
Take a quick peek.
Take a look.
Gonna give Suna guidance.
If I can.
No, you gave yourself
Oh,
guidance.
Fuck. 10.
8.
As you guys retrace your steps, there's nothing inherently incriminating about any of the pathways that you see. There's no, I guess, magic bullet that you guys are looking for on the way back.
Yeah.
And I'm not noticing anyone paying us much attention, am I?
No, not up here.
I'll let everyone know in the ring that we found Barris's friend, and that Barris left 5 days ago and said she was going home.
It's up to you guys on what the next step is.
I've already done my scrying for the day. I could do more technically, but I don't know if it would do us much good.
I'll keep looking around until night falls, and then when night falls, I'm gonna head back to that part of town.
Okay. Gilgamesh,
Yes.
I know that you messaged me when you came back and said that you wanted to look around the city.
Mm-hmm.
You are welcome to.
Yes.
I will let you know that as you parse around the city, make an investigation check.
I would love nothing more than to roll the dice right now, actually.
That's good.
No,
That
I'm
sounds
upset
bad.
that I have to roll dice. This is... I'm so mad.
Play D&D.
Investigation 15.
15. As you kind of spend the day kind of looking around the city, you don't find any of the 5 of your previous allies. You do not. Zex,
Yeah.
I know that you wanted to try and find the Horseman.
Mm-hmm.
You can make your investigation.
Oh boy. $14.
14. As you're kind of parsing through the city, you're looking for general, like, libraries, collectors, maybe a section of them, but there does not seem to be a building dedicated to them here. As you kind of scour the upper parts of town.
I'll ask later. I'm not that worried about it right now.
Okay. But with the day being done, you guys paying again for another night at the inn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is there somebody who is in a room alone?
No.
No. You're with, I believe you're with me, if I'm not mistaken, yeah?
Yes.
Wait, but there's
Yeah.
5 of us, so how is...
I'm in the
that
room with the
person-
girls sleeping in front of the door.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. never
I'm
mind.
sleeps on the floor.
Good for
Alright,
Grandpa's back. Don't pay him any mind.
So who's
This
paying
this
the
feet
2
rattle.
gold pieces tonight?
I'll pay it.
Okay. Got 2 gold pieces, and you guys have your rooms again. So to make it quicker on you guys, Rem, I know that you said you were going out into the southern part of the city again.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to glean from this? What are you aiming to
I'm
get?
taking my armor off,
Okay.
Ooh. Hey now.
and I'm going to just scope the area, see if I notice any of the people that left before. Like, I
Okay.
really just want to, like... I want to fit in, and I want to poke around,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe, stop for a drink or two.
Okay.
Fucking knew it.
You missed the entire... I was RPing for 45 minutes with an orc and a kobold. I bought 100 shots. 110 shots.
You're lucky I wasn't here for that.
We were getting crumped. Okay.
You're
All
so
right.
lucky I wasn't
So-
here for that.
Make your investigation check.
Can I guidance myself?
You are able to guidance.
Can I be inspired, please?
I'm not with you.
He's
I
not
went
with
to the
you.
hotel.
The hotel.
Hotel time.
Hotel.
Oh, this might be okay. This might be okay. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. As you kind of make your way through, you're not seeing any of those Dragonborn who left beforehand. As you kind of move throughout the city, you don't draw as much kind of almost like distrust as before. So taking off the armor is helping. However, you're still anyone who is kind of living around here still sees you as a somewhat new face, and with that comes an inherent sense of distrust. However, as you're looking around for any of those Dragonborn that is left, or even the Kobold or the Orc, just walking along the streets, you do not see any of them.
I'll stop by that usual place once more.
Okay. As you walk in to that similar dive, the orc, which you had found out his name was Max, is sitting there in a different position, still at the bar, but kind of off and to the rightmost side of it. And there is no kobold this time.
All right. Before the barkeep makes any like, oh, Mr. Big Spender jokes, like I kind of want to toss him like a wink.
Okay. As he sees this, and the bartender kind of stops and eyes you for half a second.
And then I'll put my my silver piece on the counter.
The little shot comes off of the bandolier, and
How did you respond to that? Insight.
sure.
That's a nat 1 for a total of 11.
It's a little hard to read.
He gave me my shot. I'm not sitting near the orc, but if he approaches me, I won't tell him no.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone seem to notice me?
People definitely do notice you.
Any
It's
familiar faces?
there are a couple familiar faces. The people that had left did not come back. However, again, that half orc is back in the similar table that he was at last time. And this time you can see he has three small dice that he's kind of scooping up, putting down, and then scratching something on a piece of parchment. And then you can see a Dragonborn, one of the ones that had stayed, that is just kind of looking at you. But then after a minute or so just stops and kind of leans back into their chair.
And I'm just gonna listen. It seems like I'm at a good state. Am I hearing anything of interest?
Nothing that gives you more. You get reaffirmations that, as some people come in and out, reaffirmations. A lot of the things are Dragonborn that are saying to each other that they're feeling glad that they can finally take a breath, even if it's for only a few months. It's good to not have to watch over the other, the significant other, or the mother, or the grandfather. And you get to kind of go out and spread your legs a little bit.
Okay. I'll sit here for a bit. Have a few more drinks. of which I am out of silver, so I'm going to start paying in coppers.
Okay. Easy
So
enough.
I'll have 2 more drinks,
All right. So 20 copper.
and then I'll strike up a conversation with the barkeep if he's willing. I put a lot of money in this establishment. Am I noticing anything different?
No, he's always kind of like ready. Like whenever you tap on the bar, it's less than like half a minute before he's over there.
Quicker than most barkeeps, then.
Quicker. But
I'll strike up a conversation.
the entire thing is, and as you've noticed throughout this entire time, it's just whatever's at the top of his bandolier all the way until the bottom of it, until he's out. And then he goes into the back and he comes back with a filled bandolier.
That's perfectly fine because he's like, you may get like an ale once or twice, but like everything else is like pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like
It's fairly, it's like roulette. It's fun.
it is kind of like that. Ironically, it's like this like 10% chance that it's just, oh, this is just like nice. This is just beer.
it's a breather, you know.
Uh-huh.
I like the experience. It's nice to not be hit by 22 creatures at one time here.
You've it's like as you stop the kobold bartender, he's like, it's just the gimmick. It's a good one.
It is a good one. I'm enjoying myself.
It's good she's enjoying yourself. It's good.
I came back, didn't I?
You did. Do you need another?
Not quite big spender as last time, but if you can help me out, I might be inclined to drop coin with no drink involved.
What you need help with?
You're a businessman. I'm sure you see lots going around here. Hear lots, see lots. They just pay you no mind because you keep the drinks going, yeah?
What you trying to seize through me? What you
I
trying
had
to
a
see?
friend in a better part of town that went missing. Somewhere near something called the Ivory Dragon. Not quite from these parts, but I think it's involved. Know anything about it?
Where'd she go missing?
Somewhere in between one of her friend's places and near that establishment.
What
Maybe in that
time?
5 days ago during the tournament.
Tournament? The shadows were here 5 days ago. Shadows don't take fancy
Scales.
people.
That's why I'm a bit confused, eh? A high elf, no less.
She's not a scale.
Not. But I think it's involved.
No. Well, Shadow... The shadows came through five moons ago. They did. Horseback shadows.
See anything besides a shadow? A color or face, perhaps?
You don't stay around to watch shadows. Even I
Well,
know that.
Can't expect you to, but I'm sure something you saw. Even in passing, something to avoid later.
Make a persuasion check.
$22. Wait, no, I've lied to you. 24.
You do see the glints of some of the shadows. Their armors. Like you were last night. Shadows.
They looked like me.
No, taller. Taller than yous and me's. Taller. But had armor.
Can I describe Ishtar's armor from the tournament?
Was like as just this full plated, and is a as you kind of like do, he's like, symbol's hard to make out. One's armor's the armor's not glowing, so as of that, but a weapon kind of glowing more than his armor's.
What did it look like?
Larger than a spear, but like a spear.
Can I just... I don't know about the sword. I'll take whatever he has.
That's what he has. You don't go
Anyone
messing
around
with
the set?
shadows. It's
I
not
don't have a
safe.
choice. I don't have a choice. And who knows, maybe along the way, say I deal with these in my pursuit. Be much safer for you folks around here, wouldn't it? Stomp out a shadow or two. Be able to kiss your family goodnight.
The scales would appreciate it. I just tell the others that it's not just taking scales now. Danger, shadows. Danger they are. Stealing all of them now. So it's not good for business. I wish you good looks on your shadow stomping if that's what you're into. No one stomps the shadows.
I'm just looking to find a friend. If a stomping happens, it happens.
I wish you the blessing. Best of luck.
Before I head off, know anyone nearby recently that was taken by these shadows? Anyone went down south, so to speak?
We've it's been a long time. Just did have his neighbors. There's a long times ago though. 7, 8 months maybe. Gone.
But none 5 days ago.
None 5 days ago.
Rather strange, the shadows came past but didn't take any of the scale. Hmm?
It's good luck.
Good luck indeed. So, barkeep, what's your time worth?
Silence. I ain't looking to be shadowed.
I just came here for a drink.
And
Oh,
all that you got was a drink. He
Yes, indeed.
kind of moves away and hops over the bar. He kind of gives you one last look. And for like a split second before he dives underneath the bar, it's a bit soft. And then disappears underneath the bar. And you can hear him just shuffling around.
I'll get up to go and kind of patrol around the town a little bit more, see if I notice any of these abandoned houses where people said their neighbors went missing.
Is the hard part about the south side of Dacaria?
People just move. They squat wherever. No one actually lives anywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to,
They all just kind of live on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
So, as you return to the inn, another day, another
Okay.
night.
One more day before my shit recharges, right?
Yes.
Okay. So next dawn, not this one. I'll be good.
Yes. And with that, the 25th comes with the new day, and the five of you... Oh?
Someone's
Hotel?
breaking into the hotel.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Good catch. So, Zex, while Rem's busy doing this, you head to the Ivory Dragon.
Yep. I'd like to stealth on my way over.
I figured. Roll that stealth check.
27.
27. All right. As you feel fairly confident as you blend in with the shadows. You make your way. Eventually, you can see the sizable inn a couple blocks away from you. What you doing?
I'm gonna duck down an alley and cast normal invisibility on myself.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
Mm-hmm. And then I want to try and, sneak into the bar.
Okay, so
Same
you're
way
just
as I
walking in the
normally do.
entrance.
No, I'm trying to do that whole, slip in the door thing that I normally do.
Okay, so
I'm
you're
sneaking
waiting
around.
until someone comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Assuming that it doesn't take that long.
let's find out. Ten minutes pass. 20. In 25 minutes, you can see, ironically, a silken-clad dragonborn kind of moving, walking up, and as he kind of steps up to the place, he swings open the door.
I'll follow him in.
Okay, make that, I believe we use sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
29.
29. Not bad at all. As he throws open the door, as you slip in easily past him, as several seconds until the door actually closes, as you are in this main area. You can see there's another dragonborn. This one is a silver man dragonborn that is at the counter. It's just like, welcome to the Ivory Dragon. What can I do for you today, sir? And the silk-clad dragonborns, I'm here for a wine tasting. And the silver ones, of course. Please, head forth into the main area. And the silken one just kind of walks through. What are you doing?
Is there a normal way to get back behind this desk that I can see?
Yeah, there's just this small, opening along the long side. So you walk to the other side of the counter, and then you can just walk behind it.
Mm-hmm.
The silver dragonborn is still there.
Yeah. Is there a door at all behind the counter?
There is.
Can I try and slip in there without being noticed?
You can try. So, as you kind of move up, as this is just a door opening unprompted behind them, I'm going to do both a sleight of hand and a stealth check from you.
Mm-hmm.
So, sleight of hand first.
Sleight of hand is going to be a 21.
Easy enough. Stealth.
Stealth is going to be, thank God for advantage, 23.
Easy enough as you slip in without a sound. What you are in right now is this kind of, you can see this holding area where you can see all these extra sort of, like shelves that have different items, as you can see, towels and different, like candles and tinder boxes. This seems to be like a storage for extra things, in this room. What are you doing?
I'm going to. What's the heaviest thing in this room look like?
The heaviest thing is there seems to be this crate of, there's either this crate of towels or a crate of like, fire starter, like, tinder boxes that have been like kind of collected.
And they're like on a shelf
Yes,
that I
they
can
are.
push over.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do that and try and slip out the door when the guy comes in.
Okay. As you, as this kind of like crashes over and spilling all of these tinder boxes out, and as they just kind of scatter, both the flint and steel kind of moving in different directions, you hear the shuffling. And as he opens the door, we're going to do another sleight of hand check to get back out.
27.
27, as he's, oh dear. As he kind of pushes past, you are able to skirt past him, and you are back out in the lobby.
Is there anyone else in the lobby with me?
From what you can see right now, no.
And the guest book is just sitting on the desk in front of me?
It is.
I'm gonna grab it and shove it in the bag of holding and try and get out the front door before this guy comes back out.
All right, easy enough to do.
And then I'll make my way back to the hotel.
Okay.
Is Rem back yet?
I would say you get back before Rem.
I'm gonna sit down in like a corner of the tavern area where I can like obscure what I'm looking at, and I'll go through the book. I'm looking for Barris's name.
Okay. As you go through, a while in about 6 days, there is a name, Barris, that has been in one of the rooms.
Okay.
Stayed there for one night and then checked out.
I will wait for Barris or for Rem to come back.
Well, because there's a, actually no, they were staying there for 2 nights. My bad. And then on the 5th day, we're slated to check out.
Sick. I'll just kind of wait down here for Rem to come back.
Okay. After
I'm gonna
a
put the guest book away though.
couple of hours, Rem, you return to this inn.
All right. I'm
There's
just
a
like
Rem.
in. I'm not looking around unless he like calls out to me.
Rem.
I'll approach him.
So I did a little bit of slinking around, and turns out that Dragonborn lady was absolutely a liar, and Barris was totally staying here. She stayed there for 2 nights and then checked out.
The shadows, as the people down south like to call him, were here 5 nights ago, but didn't take anyone they usually would.
Did they have a description?
I'll describe the glowing sword and the armor that was described.
So it is, they said it's like a spear but larger.
That doesn't describe what the greatsword looks like, does it?
No. Also at this time, Ishtar didn't have a greatsword.
It was a glowing long spear.
None of the other people who I've seen through my scrying and stuff had something like that, did they?
Funny enough, that hobgoblin had lying on the ground next to that large pack a quite large glaive.
One of the people that I saw in my scrying, a hobgoblin, when I was scrying Ishtar, they had something that sounds very similar to what you're describing.
So then they are involved.
Assuming that they are the ones who took Barris and it was, the shadows
It was
who did it.
the shadows. As I've been busy. They take scales, is what they call them. It's
Mhm.
mostly people of Draconic ancestry, kobolds, dragonborn. They come every few months or so, and then they take some time. Last time they came, 5 days ago,
Hmm.
about when Barris was here, no one went missing.
No one except for Barris.
Barris.
Alright. Well, I have one more thing I need to do before I go to bed. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Why don't we go ask Gil about this? See what he says.
Go for it.
I'll go ask him.
All right. Gilgamesh, as you had spent, as far as I know, this day looking for your previous allies to no avail,
More or less.
as the door to the room opens, you kind of half expecting Zex as you two were sharing a room. Don't see him, as instead, Rem is there.
Pleasant surprise.
The people down south call them shadows, and they come every few months or so. Between 6 and 12. Last ones that came through, one was taller than me. They were on horseback. One had armor on, and something they describe as a slightly longer spear that was glowing.
Similar, possibly to a glaive.
The best I could make out of it. He said a spear, but bigger. They came through 5 nights ago. No one went missing. People down there just consider it a blessing. Sound familiar to you at all?
Not off the top of my head. Do you know who these, or at least what these quote-unquote shadows are?
As far as I can tell, kidnappers.
Well, that much seems like a given.
They really only take people dragon blood in them. Kobolds. Dragonborn.
It's not hard to find in a city like this.
Oddly enough, nothing else. I told him that a high elf went missing. He seemed scared. Said no one else outside of Scales have gone missing.
Rem, is there a point to this that you're trying to make?
I think your folks are involved. I thought they were involved from the moment you told me what they were like and what happened.
It's
I can't prove it, but I can't prove anything else.
Been what? 5 days since she's been gone?
As far as I can tell.
And they've already started a voyage.
Do you know which way they'd go?
JC, would I know which way they would go?
The last time was 7 to 8 months ago. You ran away 6 months ago. Give or take.
I was there when they were doing all the stuff.
Mhm.
So,
Last time they were taking Dragonborn slaves. You remember where they were heading.
Where
They told you. It was a city called Eleonora.
I know that one.
As that is where, at the time, the people that you were hired by lived.
Chances are they're taking her to Eleonora, or at least that's where they used to take them.
Place rings no bells for me. Is that still even on this continent?
I'm not even sure at this point. I mean, Zex is the one with 39 maps shoved up his ass, he probably knows.
Did you cross the sea to get there?
Rem, I didn't go with them. I was told where we were going, and I did some unreasonable things, and I left. I'm quite honestly surprised that they kidnapped her, but it seems we got in their way and we're paying the consequences.
I can guarantee the consequences they'll pay for this slight will be much more dear than they can imagine. I hope you're okay with that.
It's interesting. All of us as a group came from the same place with the same objective, and yet after all this time I've seemed to change, but they have not. I have no problems killing them.
Do you think it would have changed should I not intervened?
I think intervention now is unavoidable.
Sounds good to me. We'll find out where it is tomorrow then and start making our way there. I think I've found all I could in the slums.
Do hurry though, once they make their way there. From what I know, there's a minimal chance that we'll find her. Even less than our chances of finding her here.
Any idea how long the journey takes from here to there?
Not off the top of my head, no.
I'm gonna send another sending spell.
Let's hear it.
This one's going to Jaylene again.
Okay.
Might have a lead. Thinking she's being taken somewhere called Eleonora, it was called? Is that what he said to me?
That is what Gil said.
Eleonora.
That place. Any idea where that may be? Never heard of it before.
All right. Yes. Eleonora is the embassy for Usapate, the Elven nation. They're sequestered far in the forest of unyielding trees, to the south. Good luck. That's her message.
The town with the Usapate embassy to the south in the
Forest of unyielding trees.
but it's on the continent.
Seem to be.
I'll let Zex know.
So what are you speaking to your ring specifically for, Zex?
From what I can gather, they're heading towards that, because he told me he wanted to go to the embassy, right? That's why he wanted to learn things as we were having downtime.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell him that's where they're heading. Do you know where that is?
All I got was that it was in southern Papihos.
Oh, is everyone still asleep? Like, is Suna still awake?
You guys are settling down for the night?
As we're just kind of like getting things together and deciding that I guess we're heading that way, I'll ask Suna if she's familiar with the name.
Suna?
Alright, sorry, I'm here. I forgot I was muted.
Suna, you're allowed to make a history check.
Where's history? 11?
11? Doesn't ring any bells for you.
Maybe I'll have dinner tonight. Who wants to join me for dinner?
I'll have dinner.
I've already left.
You've left?
Yeah, I went to go do something.
All right. Did you tell us anything? Or did you say you were leaving? Or you're just like, I'm
I
going?
told you there was something else that I had to get done before I went to bed.
Oh, probably. All right, yeah, dinner it is, and then 2 more drinks.
Okay.
I'll go have dinner with Rem.
All right.
I will also have dinner if I'm awake and ready.
Yeah, you guys are just like basically getting like settled down. It's kind of just for you guys going back for almost seconds, but it's
I'll tell
still
them about my slum adventure.
Uh,
How does Suna feel about the slum adventure? How does Nime feel about the slum adventure?
It's wonderful.
I don't really think much of it, I guess.
That's where I was the past 2 nights.
I mean, I'm glad you found out some stuff. I don't know what to tell you otherwise.
all right. Zex, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm going back to the Ivory Dragon.
Okay.
Stealth again,
Of course.
of course. No, that's gonna be a 23.
23. Easy enough. As you make your way back to the Ivory Dragon, what are you doing?
Is there anyone around me as I go up to the front door? I'm not going invisible just yet.
No, there's like a couple people walking by, but no one's like paying attention to you, and people aren't like. The Ivory Dragon seems to been like kind of quieting down as you guys are late into the evening, into the night.
Whatever.
Actually.
I'm gonna go into an alley, cast invisibility.
Okay.
Walk back up to the door. I'm gonna pull the book out of my bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's resting on the ground before I take my hands off of it, and then so it'll appear on the ground.
Okay.
From what I understand, that's correct.
That is correct.
and then I'll knock loudly on the door and
Oh.
walk away.
All right.
I want to make sure someone comes out to pick it up, but
Okay. As you bang on the door and then kind of slink away, you can hear, like, within a minute, the silver dragonborn kind of comes up and he's like, "Oh, thank God. Thank the gods." He picks it up and he kind of looks around and quickly, like, rapidly wipes down the top of the book, which had gotten a bit of dirt in it from you setting it on the ground. Kind of looks around and then quickly closes the door.
right. I'll head back.
Okay, easy enough.
They're down here eating dinner.
They're kind of at the tail end of it, but yeah,
Mhm,
you're
that's
able to
fine.
catch all of them, and the 5 of you are at a table. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or do for the night?
I think we're getting mixed into something way outside of our league, but it's not like we have a choice.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll keep scrying them daily. If I spot Barris and confirm she's with them, then we can try to teleport directly to them.
I'm pretty sure she's with them.
Do we want to just try and teleport directly to them, assuming I can get a scry off tomorrow, then?
I think it's a conversation we should all have together. That's...
Who's not here right now? Am I missing something?
Gil isn't
I-
here.
Oh, I thought Gil had come down for dinner.
Gil went off to handle some business.
Got it.
I don't know where this Illinois place is, though.
What exactly? Did you get a location?
It was described as the place where the embassy of Usipate lies in the south in something called the Forest of Unyielding Trees.
I
That's all I
wouldn't know. I wouldn't know anything about that, right? Casey, like specifically the forest.
You don't know anything about the forest, but you've, like, as you kind of look on it, there is, on this map, there is a large forest.
I'll walk up to the barkeeper real quick.
Yeah, the female dragonborn that you guys had known a while. May I help you?
Yeah, have you heard of the Forest of Unyielding Trees by chance?
It's just where lots of the timbers come from. Straight shot the exact opposite side of the continent as us.
I'll pull out the map and show it to her. Could you point it out for me?
Easy. And as she points, it is almost a straight diagonal, as you guys have it confirmed that this is the Forest of Unyielding Trees.
And have you heard of Eleonora before?
I can't say that I have.
Alright, well, I appreciate it anyway. Thanks for your help.
Sure.
I'll go back to the table and tell them where the forest is. Yeah, it's this one, right down in the south. So that's where it be. They didn't know where Eleonora was, though, specifically in there.
So we're doing this then. Are we going there, or...
I personally think we should try and drop on them before they get there.
And if we start to lose? We don't know
If
how
we
many
start to
people are
lose the
with them.
fight,
A fight will ensue, will it not?
probably. I mean, do you really think we're going to start to lose?
You saw what that man at the tournament was like.
I guess, yeah.
guesstimating, because they're going on horseback, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long will it take them to get there?
From Dacaria?
Yes.
If they were going straight there, it would be 2 weeks.
It
Do you
has
think we
been-
can get down there before then?
You've got that funny little magic now, don't you?
I guess, but it's not reliable with places I haven't seen before.
What's the chances of it just going with the place that you know? Place
Not
that you
great.
know of?
There's always going to be a chance my teleportation is off, but it drastically increases the less I know of the area.
Could you take us to the place that you saw them last?
Probably. Again, the chances aren't great, but I could at least get us hopefully near there. It depends on a lot of luck, honestly. Either way. I'm willing to try either option if you'd like. But it'll have to wait until tomorrow, because if we're going to try either of those, I want to make sure I'm all powered up with the rest of my stuff. We could try and get up a little bit earlier tomorrow if you'd like.
We can't let this go on too long. We have to do something.
Okay. If we get up a little bit earlier tomorrow morning, hopefully they won't have left camp yet, and we can get them while they're still disoriented or maybe even asleep, depending on how early we do decide to wake up.
If Barris isn't there, then what do we do?
We'll come back into town and keep looking.
Yeah. We can
This is
try
the
and
closest
take
we
one
have.
of them to try and, maybe figure out if they were the ones who were responsible, and if they were, get more information.
You think they'll talk willingly?
I think
I doubt it.
we should at least try. I don't want to, torture anybody, but I like to at least try to get some information out of them.
We're getting mixed in something that's much seedier than what we've been involved in before. Torture might not be off the table.
I have no problem with torture. As
I
Gil says
prefer
as
if
he
we
walks
didn't
down the
have to, but
stairs.
I'm not gonna be a part of it, but I'm also not gonna force my moral standards on you guys, I guess.
They're your moral standards for a reason.
Exactly.
These are not good people. They don't deserve moral standards, nor do they deserve rights. They deserve death and punishment. Especially for meddling in business that they knew was ours, and especially with people they knew we were acquainted with.
Like I said, I'm not gonna be a part of it, and I'm not gonna be there for it. But I'm not gonna stop you guys from doing what you think needs to be done.
We won't ask you to be complicit in something that compromises your morals. I understand morals better than anyone. I'm not for senseless murder or some grand idea of atonement by punishing others. But I do believe in what I'm about to do. I'm tired.
Alright.
I'll be back soon enough, as Gil leaves.
Well, I asked Gail, wait, do we want to get up a little bit early tomorrow?
As much time as we can save is ideal.
Alright. Works for me. I'm gonna go up to bed.
I'm gonna have
Under the bed.
a few more drinks.
Okay.
How many have I had tonight?
You've said a couple, and then you said a few, and by mathematical definition, that means 5.
Fair enough. I was gonna shoot for like 6.
If you
Yeah,
want to
'cause
have
it was-
another one, you can say you had a
I am-
few and
I-
then a few, rather
I
than
am
a couple
having
and then
more-
a few.
Doing the actual math, I did say 2 at the bar, left, came back, had 2 with dinner. So I'm at about 4 or 5, yeah? I have a few more. Is anyone drinking with me? Is Nime drinking with me?
Oh, why not?
Is Suna having juice with me?
I'll have a drink with you.
A
Nice.
drink or like a drink?
I'll have a drink.
A drink? With an A?
I'll have an alcohol.
Aloe, alcohol.
Oh,
I will partake in the
Oh,
alcohol.
I'll have an alcohol.
In the alcoholisms.
I can imagine Suno walking up to like a bar and just be like, "Yes, 1 alcohol, please."
it's like the
Oh, fuck.
like the Telegram post like 1 illicit drug, please. I have like a pod.
I will. Yeah. I will say for the entirety of dinners and drinks, it will probably go up to like a 1 gold and 5 silver, just for the entirety of it. So, if someone wants to front all of it, otherwise it can be divided into everyone paying 3 silver.
I'll do the gold.
I went to bed, man.
I can.
I'm not paying for any of this shit.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can.
not there either.
How many
so-
silver?
5.
I got the silver.
Silver?
Okay. So Rem pays the gold, Suna pays the silver. And that,
Does Barkeep give me some silver?
of course, yes. Change,
I
you
won't-
mean?
Yeah, in change. No. Yeah, in change. So I'll give her, just 2 gold pieces for 20 silver. Just like, it's not unreasonable.
She is able to do that.
It's not an unreasonable amount.
No, it's not. Okay. And with that, Gil, you send the letter, walking into the government office. This late, normally there wouldn't be anyone here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot of people here. But through looking through, and at this point, because you had went there before and had asked about it, you'd known the office which the Lord resides in. And as you walk in, Lord Ironbreath isn't there, but Lady Ironbreath is.
Oh.
And she kind of turns as, they have not found anything.
Kind of like placing like my right arm like over my heart, I guess, like giving her like a customary half bow.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, I'm well aware of that. I'm not gonna go into great detail about the information that we do have, but I will leave you with a letter, kind of holding it up, with the information that we have figured out and that we are basing everything off of at this point. I do have one question for you, if you're willing.
You are allowed to speak freely.
Do you know of I don't know if it's a city or not, but of a place by the name of Eleonora?
Yes. Something I've learned about as I've been prepared for my position. Why?
That's the assumption of where she's being taken. The thought currently is that she has been abducted by slave traders, and that's where they take their slaves, more or less.
That is true. That is dire circumstances.
Where might Eleonora be? Is there a direct path there from Daycaria?
Nothing is direct through the forest of unyielding trees, but there is a town there that people are generally knowledgeable about. The city of Magion. Eleonora, I know, is 10 miles, 10 to 15 miles south and 60 to 65 miles west of Magion. The forest is dangerous, and not for those weak of heart, although I am sure it is not a burden on you.
I'd like to think that it wouldn't be. That is all I have for you. You may call off the sky search now. There's no more reason for it, and I will leave you with this letter. Is there like a desk there or something that I can put it on?
There are like those of a lot of these, there are different large tables. Although it seems that Iron Breath wanted an office, they still gave him quite a large office. Mm-hmm. And so there are tables lining the walls that you can place it on.
I'll just place it on whichever one's closest to me.
Okay.
And give her kind of the same bow that I did before and just say, "Have a good night, my lady." And leave.
Okay. And with that, you
sleepy time.
Return.
Do I see them having drinks?
Especially as you come down. Yeah, some of them have drinks. Yeah.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of all of you.
Is he giving me that look? Is he giving me the look?
As I walk in and I see you guys are having drinks, yeah, I'm not trying to hide it. A definite glare.
Come here.
Rem, you know as well as I do, I'm not getting any closer.
I want to talk about it.
What's there to talk about?
I want to have a personal discussion.
Then why don't we do it at that in your room? Because, and kind of gesturing around, this doesn't seem very private.
I'll pound the rest of my drink and head up.
Okay.
There's a very obviously disgusted look on Gil's face.
And that's
after watching Rem
I'm under the bed, by the way, in that room.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just go to bed.
Okay.
We're gonna do this with Zex. He's involved. We know he's there. So.
Yeah, Zex is in the room.
I thought Zex was in my room.
We know you're under the bed, and you're gonna know when I body slam that fucking hay mattress.
Yeah, you guys went into Gil's room, I thought. Isn't that what you said?
Or we can go for a walk, either or.
Yeah. No, knowing that Zex would be in my room, I suggest we go on a walk instead.
Wow. I see. No trust.
Homie.
Homie,
Don't
you sleep
know.
under a mattress. You sleep under a bed.
I do.
All right. As you two step out into the cold night.
Well, it's probably not cold for me. But...
No, it's not. But it's got a little bit of chill to it.
Ooh.
A little bit of chill.
what's the deal?
I mean,
Your
there's
reaction's visceral. It's not normal. It's not distaste. It's visceral.
how much do you want to know?
All of it.
Because back when I lived in Ashtar, I was being trained to be a barbarian. And, I mean, obviously it went well, but my father was the one who was training me. But he was something you could call of a chronic alcoholic. If he didn't have his hands on me, he would have his hands wrapped tightly around a bottle. Rem, what do you think that warrant, or I guess bounty on my head, what do you think that's for?
I respect you enough not to think about that kind of thing.
Give it your best shot.
I'm assuming it's for the things that you got involved with the others.
Back before, it was quite soon before I came here, I got fed up with it, and I was done with his actions and the way I was being treated. Murder is not a charge that goes unseen and unpunished. People don't know what I did with my other group. Everybody in that town isn't even alive to have a word against us. And neither does my father, because he's no longer alive. That is what the bounty is for. And that is why, as you so lovingly put it, I have a visceral reaction.
Do you think you would have been better off never knowing your father?
And there are some times that I wish I had never known him, but at the very least I have to attribute some of my success to him.
I never met either of my parents, you know? Which is strange for one of my kind. Typically, we're jovial, joke-loving folk with many names and many friends. I don't have a last name, Gil. Never bothered to find one. I feel your story. I've met many people in walks of life, and I've seen people do things such as yours. Many a sin. I don't fault you for what you did. Do I think it's wrong? That's not my place to judge. What I can tell you is I'm not your father. I won't lay hands to you while I'm drinking. I don't seek to harm you. Can't change how you feel about it, but do you know I don't do this to spite you? You don't get to be as old as I am and do the things I've done without enjoying a drink whenever you can. I'm sure you understand.
To a certain extent.
I appreciate you sharing with me. I know you've been sharing a lot lately, whether you like it or not.
I've come to realize that whether or not I enjoy it, it seems I'll be spending a lot longer with the group of you than I already have, so...
We've made it this far.
That we have.
Tell you what. If you take a looser stance on our drinking, I just won't drink when I sleep in the same room as you.
What do you mean by a looser stance, Rep?
Like, don't shoot me death glares because I'm having a pint. Don't judge us for what we partake in. We've struggled all the same. And some find comfort in a bottle instead of one. We're not looking for valor. I'm looking for solace.
Just know you have a bottle in your hand, and you lay a hand on me. You won't be able to move your hand or any other extremities.
I'd expect the same if I was sober. When do we ever go easy on each other when it comes to that kind of thing?
I don't think we ever have.
It's much better that way, isn't it? A lot more fun for you that way.
It is a lot more enjoyable.
We should head back. Early morning. What do you think our chances are getting mixed in with these folks?
If they're the ones who took Barris, then it's guaranteed. And trust me when I say, I have no intentions of turning any of them in. They will die at my hand. I've, in a sense, resented their actions, whether outwardly or not, for a while, but this is just a little too personal.
My man of the cloth. I believe in atonement, chances, rehabilitation. I also believe that mercy has limits. You won't see me making any complaints.
How do you think the rest of the party will take it? I mean, I know I'm not necessarily the most passive person when it comes to combat, but I have a feeling that this will be more brutal than the rest.
Zex says he will not openly partake in extremely malicious acts. He refuses to perform acts of torture. He believes that we should capture one and question them. But we both know how that's going to go, don't we?
It'll become an execution if we capture them.
You know,
There will be no interrogation if I'm there.
we'll see how it goes. Let's head back. We have to be up early.
All right.
And with that, everyone moves into their respective bedchambers doffs their armor, and sleeps. As it moves into the 26th. I need to check with something because people were saying that they wanted to get up early.
7 days since Barris' disappearance. Dawn of the 7th day.
Dawn of the 7th day. Does this mean that you guys are forfeiting a long rest to get up?
No, we can't.
Okay, so you still have to take the 8 hours because you guys were up. Yeah. You guys were up into the night doing scouting in the slums or otherwise, so you still have to get up. It's just, you're not getting up at like 6, you're probably getting up at like 8 or 9. Because you guys spent time doing these things. Just making sure you know. As you all wake up, stretch a little bit more silent than usual today, and you all meet downstairs.
Shall we?
Before I go to bed, I should change the spell I have in my ring, because I haven't been doing that.
Okay.
So,
You are able to discharge the spells in the ring harmlessly, so.
What if I wanted to do it?
You gonna wake me up?
Whoom.
Wake me up as I can't wake up. Wake me up as
What was in the ring? A lot of cure wounds.
So yeah, you can release those harmlessly.
I wanted to do them not harmless.
Well, there's literally
Ren
no
wants
way
to
to not
cure
harmlessly
his
do it.
wounds.
Quite literally, you're anti-harming people. It's like, oh, they're Splinter. Gotcha. Fist bump.
I'm
Ah.
changing alignments.
No!
Oh, no.
Please. Please, no.
Okay, long rest.
Okay.
Not a short rest, a long
What are
rest.
you putting in the ring?
Summon Celestial.
Ah.
I have a feeling I might need a
Ooh.
friend.
You have 4 of them.
Can you attack twice and do radiant damage and fly and give me temporary HP?
I can do about half of those things, and if you
Are
consider,
you a
if you
small,
consider my
you
spirit
a
shield,
small
then it's like most
child
of them.
angel?
With a little
Are
bit of
you
luck.
kawaii?
With a little
With
bit.
a
Yes.
little bit of luck, I could be.
I argue that Gil is not only not kawaii, but like getting into the fugly range.
Damn, that
With a little
sounds kind of
bit of luck.
racist to me. That sounds a little racist if you ask me.
Look,
I think Rem's got, maybe Rem is changing alignments. Man,
look, is Gil attractive? For a
To some
dragonborn
people.
man?
Roll a
Yeah,
D20
I'm
for
big.
active.
I'm big and I'm strong and I have a really cool sword. I rolled a 15 for attractiveness. That means I'm 3/4 attractive, which is pretty
Not
good.
bad. Like a 7 or so.
Upper quartile.
Not bad.
All right.
Better than most, but not everyone.
Well, discounting the Dragonborn beauty contest.
Which I won, by the way. Thank you.
He's
Sure.
the only dragonborn in the group. Congratulations,
Hey.
party of one. Congratulations.
I get Gilgamesh party of 1.
Ooh. Before I go to bed.
Oh
Never
god.
mind. Never mind. It wouldn't do me any good.
Okay. And you all wake up the next morning. It's it. No one else can retcon now.
Perfect.
The 5 of you meet downstairs.
What does it feel like to have my divine intervention recharge?
You just feel
Lighter.
you've got that airy feeling.
Oh, when I wake up.
I feel like my new shoes just broke in.
That's a really good way to put it.
When I wake up, I want to make sure Zex leaves the room before I do.
I'm
And
not suspicious. I don't care.
good. And I just want to say a really quick prayer. Just, nothing too special. Just, thanks for like war and everything. That's pretty cool. That's the gist of it.
Gotcha.
Thanks for war.
Thanks for
Thanks for, like,
war.
Thanks for like letting me fight and like kill people and stuff. It's pretty cool of you to like let me do that and like be okay with it. Thanks. XOXO.
Thanks for
Cord.
being a homie. XOXO.
Only the true homies end their prayers with XOXO.
Yeah. I don't hear Rem doing that.
You want to talk about what I'm mad about? Fucking remember when you won the tournament and you prayed to a different god than the one that actually fucking helped you?
Yeah, I actually very well remember that, and I still stand by my decisions.
You know what? That's the last time I divine intervention anything for you.
All right. Well, the five of you meet as a breakfast is set out before all of you. You have the day.
Okay, so I want to know what we're doing before I make any casting commitments.
A full day.
We're finding the members of my old group and presumably Barris with them as well.
So that's what we want to do. We want to try and go directly to them.
Yeah, we're gonna
Unless
drop
we
out of
can
the
make our way
sky.
to
I think
the
there's
town.
something better.
All right, I'm gonna pull out Ishtar's sword, slam it down on the table, and cast drawing on Ishtar.
All right. Fell out. 5.
Yeah.
Can I bend luck that?
You want to give him advantage?
Does it have a range?
I think it just gives him a D4, which isn't
He
bad.
failed. You want to give him help?
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to give you help.
I don't make
No.
it throw.
He doesn't get to make it throw. Ishtar's the one making the save.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Never mind.
Okay. As you set this on and the 10 minutes pass, the other
So
four
I'm
in silence. Your mind.
I
Mm-hmm.
am trying to take in as much of the area as I can, not focused as much on what they're doing unless like I see Barris. I just want to try and commit as much of the area to memory as I possibly can.
Okay. As you kind of move out, what you see is you immediately see Ishtar upon a horse, riding, as they've just kind of moving and swaying around him. And let's see what we've got. Within 10 feet, directly to his right, you can see riding atop a horse of his own, the Hobgoblin, wielding a glaive and a massive pack. His horse seems slightly bigger than the rest, but there's still a lot of stuff on that horse. And 10 feet, barely in front of them, you can see another horse with a blue dragonborn on top of it.
Okay.
Everything else is blurry. As what you can immediately see, as it is an extremely limited place, is grass and dirt. They seem to just be traversing a plain.
Okay. I can give her a go anyway. I'll say, so I believe I can talk while I'm scrying. Because it's just, let me check here.
Generally, it's seen that you aren't able to talk, but immediately when you're pulled out, you can say what you're seeing.
Okay.
So the scry ends and you kind of come to.
Ready to go. I'm casting teleportation, assuming we're all here.
All
Ready to
5 of you are
go.
here.
Okay, I'm rolling the dice.
Can I bend block your roll?
It's a percentage dice. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
probably not.
I'm pretty sure it's a D20 roll, but
I
I
rolled
will.
100.
No way.
0, 0, 0. I'll take a photo.
Well then. Okay. What a what a time! You guys are really into doing this.
We've been making these percentages work.
Dan, can
Apparently,
you have a D4 anyway?
the D4 is not you. I'm pretty sure that you give advantage with Tides of Chaos.
No, with bend luck,
Oh, bend luck.
it's a D4 for
Okay.
2 sorcery points.
That's what that is, right?
Gotcha,
That isn't
gotcha,
a
gotcha.
0. The 0, 0, 0 is 100, right?
I think so.
Bend luck.
I think that's what
Spend
it's
2
meant to
sorcery
be.
points to roll D4. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, that is something you could do.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Do you want to make it 104%?
100. Yeah. Roll that D4.
We land inside
101%.
Ishtar's armor.
It's guaranteed. We got him.
What'd you roll?
Do you want me to roll it?
Yeah. Roll a D4.
I rolled a 1.
I got
damn,
3.
I rolled
A 3.
Oh, 103.
103.
3. Let's do it.
As you all kind of focus in, and then suddenly you can feel this light suction. As each of you close your eyes, as there's a rushing sound. And then each of you are filled with the scent of just humidity, cold air, and then horses neighing and bucking. As you look, and you can see Ishtar pulling on the reins of his horse. Shit! As they rear up, and he manages to get the mare under control as they stop. As the 5 of you have pushed yourself, punched right into the left-hand side of the Blue Dragonborn and directly in front of Ishtar. As you all just kind of make your way there, you look, and before each of you, you can see 5 horses astride. In the back, a hobgoblin with a glaive and a large bag, clad in armor. Directly in front of you all, Ishtar, sneering in confusion at first, and then realization hits as his eyes land on you, Gil. To your left, a Blue Dragonborn woman who just kind of holds her thumb over her sword as she looks at each of you. Behind her, a gray tiefling, a scarf wrapped around his face as he kind of pulls it slightly more up. And then leading these 4, a black dragonborn with a bow over his shoulder, turned and looked at each of you and slumped over the back of this white horse. A bloody and chained form in a blue dress. High elven in stature, with a seemingly large disc clamped and closed around her neck, manacled, barely conscious. Barris.
Hell yeah.
Tonight's the night bitches die.
We don't
Yo,
know. I don't know.
you
There's
know
no
it.
way in hell Jacob expected us to do this.
And that's where we're ending the session, baby.
Tonight's
That is so upsetting. I
just died.
Oh.
You're not.
We do have 30 minutes.
You are not going to be able to fight them in 30 minutes.
No.
We do it in an hour?
No.
I go
Damn.
later.
I didn't even get time to make my gun. If I had
Nope.
my gun, things would be so much
Ugh.
easier.
Only I had my gun.
Only I had a gun.
As
But you
she
guys
says,
found
massacring
her.
them.
You guys
town.
found her literally days before I expected you guys to. So
Oh, that's good.
What
That's
not what I
drastically
expected.
changed your interpretation?
what do you mean? What drastically changed?
Like you thought we'd find her days later. What do you think pushed us forward a few days?
Basically, you have like James kind of knows because he has the table probably up right now, but
For teleport.
there is not a good chance of you guys
There's like a
actually getting here.
It's only like a 25% ish.
Yeah.
And also of just every time you guys were scrying them, you guys were scrying them too early or too late when they were bedding down, and that's when they spread out. And even when they're riding, keeping on Ishtar, which is the one you can scry, Ishtar rides at the back. Well, the black one, the one that had Barris with him, rides at the front.
Mhm.
So how many people are actively in this space?
The space is not, as Zex is the one closest to actually, Zex would be the one. No, Zex would be the one closest to Ishtar, as the rest of you kind of move backwards.
Is everyone within destructive wave range?
What is the range on Destructive Wave?
30-foot radius.
30-foot radius?
All riding together as a group, I would assume so.
Yes, they are.
Well, fucked. No horses.
How far is Ishtar away from me?
I'm going to roll to figure out where the other 4 of you are. Rem, I'll let you be 1. Suna, you are 2. Gil, you are 3. Nime, you are 4. Nime is the one closest to Ishtar.
Oh, fuck
Damn
off.
it. I wanted to be the
Rem
closest.
is the
Watch
one
me be the
closest.
farthest.
Rem is the
Oh,
one closest
no.
to where the Black Dragonborn is, like on that side of Zex.
Wait, we know.
I can't fight him. I'm sorry. It's
Gil-
black hits for distance necrotic, right?
Gil is the
The-
one that is like kind of splitting the difference, and Suna is the one farthest away.
I'm the farthest
Wait, hold
away.
on.
Me
JC,
and someone
the-
else are going far away. I'm gonna kick their ass.
None of you are very like far away from any of them. Just to let this be known.
That's fair.
JC, the Black Dragonborn's name is like public knowledge. I don't know.
I don't
know
remember
if-
if you all know what his name is.
We
I
I-
didn't know
know
Ishtar's
why-
name
in
until
game.
after the tournament.
I
We
called
do-
him by name a couple of times.
Okay.
Not
Neil, I
in
think, or
person
something
with
like
us.
that.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what
name's-
it is.
Not
Who's
with us,
David?
though. I think it happened during that conversation that you had with
David.
him.
David.
This is Keith.
This is my brother Keith, baby.
This is my
This is
brother.
Keith and Dale and Maribel. We're slave traders. Like I thought you were slave traders, not the fucking Oregon Trail.
Wrong trail. Wrong trail.
Dude.
So how far away am I from Ishtar?
You being the farthest away from Ishtar are about 15-ish feet. Like none of you are very far from anyone.
For the sake of
He's 15
argument,
feet away, then I'm 5 feet away.
hypothetically speaking, if I asked you to make a con save right now, could you do that?
We'll find out next week.
We have 30 minutes left.
No, I ended the session right here. So thank you everybody. Thank you everybody so much for watching. As we're going into battle time next session with Gil's old group. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you, Salty Samurai.
That's swim skin.
For the bits, homie. Thank you, love you. Ark, thank you so much for lurking in the chat. Thank you everyone who is just hanging out. These 5 people get to apparently progressed through my story quicker than I
I'm mad.
thought.
I'm mad.
And
You're mad?
that's good. Use that for next week. Use it. Let it burble up
yeah,
inside
I have
of you.
harm queued up.
So, I will see you all in the next video or stream. And I will definitely see you for the session next week. Take care, guys.